Hey, how y'all doing? I'm gonna pull a quick card from the Hoodoo Tarot. Just one card. I already pulled this card the other day, so I don't want to read it again. But I'm learning this deck, so we're gonna read it again. I pulled them bones. Well, another card came out. I'm gonna pull that one. Well, another card appealed itself to me, so I'm gonna use that one. It's called Ancestors. Okay, it's death in regular tarot. This is what death would be. So it says, the eye that mocketh. This is a scary looking card, y'all. The eye that mocketh at his father, and despieth to obey his mother, the ravens of the valley shall pick it out, and the young eagle shall eat it. Plant, flower stone, the image. A happy baby is lying in a crib. Though her form is young, there is a part of her that is very old. The half of her face that is skeletal reflects this eternal connection with the ancestors. Ancestor veneration is one of the least discussed, but most am, ambiguous. I know it's ubiquitous. I don't know. These are like big words in here. Features of human life since time immemorial, though the aesthetics of the ancestral veneration vary depending on the culture. There are few people who feel comfortable with the dead just being the dead. Instead, humans have created hundreds of other dimensions for their souls to inhabit, where they may or may not be accessible to the living. In Hoodoo, we may have access to any spirit of the dead. If the deceased is willing and we are skilled enough to make and maintain contacts, it was quite common in both indigenous and indigenous American and African cultures to consult the ancestors via various methods of divination, channeling, or meditation. For those in the community who had the skill and the authority to do so, the death of family members was no excuse to begin excluding them from the affairs of the nation, rites, and rituals, nor from accepting their input regarding the major life decisions of their living relations. In the traditional mind, neither time nor space could separate us from our kin. Ancestral veneration, however, is much deeper than lighting candles, attending special events. Veneration, veneration, ancestral veneration, however, is much deeper than lighting candles, attending special events, or asking questions now and then. Okay, I feel like that's an important part. It's saying like worshiping or praising your ancestors or loving your ancestors and showing love to them is more than just lighting candles, attending events, or asking questions now and then. It, in its most traditional sense, is supposed to inform our behavior on a daily and continual basis. It's about knowing, honoring, and defending one's bloodline. It's about personifying the most esteemed values of your foremothers and forefathers and doing one's best to add on positively to your family's legacy. It's about reflecting and identifying how our parents and grandparents' actions affected our lives and considering how our decisions could affect our great grandchildren tomorrow. How you doing? Death is not a subject most Westerners or Western educated people like to discuss. It's an event that will happen to each and every one of us, yet it is considered morbid, weird, or taboo to spend any time contemplating it. It cannot be spring, summer, or fall forever. Eventually, the end must come to make a way for something new. Death is just the beginning of something, of that something. So when the ancestors card turns up in the reading, you are being reminded that the only thing that is truly permanent is impermanence. Impermanence. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to mourn, but you must let life go. But you must let go because life goes on. If you receive ancestors in a reading, consider the following. Every end is also a new beginning. The only thing that is constant is change. Put the past behind you and start over. Learn how to embrace the unknown. And do you know who your ancestors are? Okay, that was a good card. All right, have a good day, y'all.